The Aztec civilization was centered in the Valley of Mexico and was the dominant power in Mesoamerica from the 14th to the 16th centuries. They were known for their impressive urban planning, complex religious system, and practice of human sacrifice. According to Aztec legend, their god Huitzilopochtli directed them to settle in the place where they saw an eagle perched on a cactus, holding a snake in its beak. They saw this vision on an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco, and this became the site of their capital city, Tenochtitlan. The Aztec Empire had several glorious moments throughout its history. Here are a few notable examples. The founding of Tenochtitlan. In 1325 AD, the Aztecs founded the city of Tenochtitlan on a small island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. The city quickly grew into one of the largest and most impressive in the world, with a complex system of canals, causeways, and bridges connecting it to the mainland. The Triple Alliance. In the early 15th century, the Aztecs formed the Triple Alliance with the neighboring city-states of Texcoco and Tlacopan, which allowed them to expand their territory and solidify their power in the region. The construction of Templo Mayor. In the 15th century, the Aztecs built Templo Mayor, a massive temple complex in the heart of Tenochtitlan. The complex featured two large pyramids, one dedicated to the god of war Huitzilopochtli and the other to the god of rain and agriculture Tlaloc. The conquest of Tlatelolco. In 1473, the Aztecs conquered the nearby city of Tlatelolco, which had long been a rival power. This victory solidified the Aztecs' dominance in the region and allowed them to expand their influence even further. The reign of Moctezuma II. Moctezuma II was the Aztec emperor during the arrival of the Spanish in the 16th century. He was known for his wise leadership, impressive military victories, and patronage of the arts and sciences. However, his reign also marked the beginning of the end for the Aztec Empire, as the arrival of the Spanish ultimately led to its downfall. The Aztecs had a rich and complex religious system, with many gods and goddesses who were associated with different aspects of nature and human life. Here are three of the most important gods in the Aztec pantheon. Huitzilopochtli. Huitzilopochtli was the god of war, the sun, and human sacrifice. Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl was the god of knowledge, wisdom, and creativity. Tlaloc. Tlaloc was the god of rain and fertility. Modern-day Mexicans do not generally worship the ancient Aztec gods in the same way that their ancestors did. Some individuals and groups have attempted to revive certain aspects of Aztec religion, such as the use of traditional medicines and the practice of certain rituals. Human sacrifice played a significant role in the religious practices of the Aztecs, who believed that the gods needed constant nourishment to sustain the natural world. The Aztecs believed that the universe was created by the sacrifice of the gods, who gave their own blood and lives to bring forth the world. In order to maintain the balance of the universe, the Aztecs believed that they needed to make similar sacrifices to the gods on a regular basis. Additionally, human sacrifice was also used as a way of asserting political power and dominance. The Aztec rulers would often engage in large-scale human sacrifice as a means of demonstrating their power and intimidating their enemies. The victims of these sacrifices were often prisoners of war or slaves. It may seem barbaric to us today. It was an integral part of the Aztec worldview and religious beliefs. The downfall of the Aztec civilization began in 1519 when the Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés arrived in the Valley of Mexico. At the time, the Aztecs were at the height of their power, with a large and prosperous empire that spanned much of modern-day Mexico. However, the arrival of the Spanish brought a series of devastating plagues, including smallpox, which decimated the Aztec population. Additionally, the Aztecs were unprepared for the advanced military technology of the Spanish, including guns, horses, and metal armor. Despite initially welcoming the Spanish as guests, the Aztecs eventually came to see them as a threat and were defeated after a long and bloody war. In 1521, the Spanish captured the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan, marking the end of the Aztec civilization. The downfall of the Aztec civilization is often seen as an example of the devastating impact of European colonization on indigenous cultures.